let's do this. So this weekend I went to some Honda demo day and they let us try basically every Honda big bike that is for sale right now, apart from the Goldwing and the Fireblade. Um, and when you look at the little track they laid out here, you will understand why there was no Goldwing or Fireblade. And also no Africa Twin, but that has another reason I will explain later. So the main thing for this demo day was basically to try out the new e-clutch bikes. I will tell you more about those later. And the new or newish Honda Transalp 750, which was there also to try. As you can see, they laid out this little track here. It's not really like a speed track, it's more like an agility track, but it gave you a good feel of how the bike handles, slow speeds, corners, and all that. And yeah, it's not a top speed thing. I think for top speed stuff, you just need to rent one, buy one, or watch YouTube videos. So the first bike I tried is the one you can see here, and that was, I think, the biggest mistake I made, because I just jumped on the biggest thing they had, which is the NT 1100. I didn't know the layout of the track before I got on that bike, so so as you can see here, they just have all the bikes like lined up, and you basically just jump on whichever one is available. The NT was alright. It's DCT. This was my first time on a DCT kind of bike, which is a bit weird because there is no clutch. Got like the finger clutch, the thumb clutch or whatever, but I don't know. It was very clunky. Made a lot of noise when you slowed down, and I don't think I will ever go for a DCT bike unless, I don't know, my left hand goes numb or something, or I'm semi-paralyzed. It's weird. I like a bike with a clutch and something, you know, it gives you more control over the engine. I'm not gonna show you all the laps I did, because I think that would get pretty boring, because apart from just running a few laps on every bike, yeah, it wasn't that very exciting actually. You might see on the right hand side that there's another track laid out. That is basically for people who want to learn how to ride, and then you can come here. Honda has this whole program where you can basically learn to ride on a scooter, road rules and all that, handling, stuff like that. And at the end there is even a test which basically counts as your driving test. So then you just get your certificate, take that to the local authorities, and you can get a driver's license, because you got passed the test at the Honda Center. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Yamaha also does it. And otherwise you can just go on your own to the driving center and do your test. Because this place is called the Honda Safety Center. There were also a bunch of little kids doing some motocross enduro initiation, which was pretty fun to watch actually, because they were riding these very mini motocross bikes. Maybe, I don't know if you can see that from my point of view, but yeah. But yeah, that's also basically it for the NT 1100. So let's jump on the next bike. The next bike I tried is the new NX500, which is basically an update of the CB500X.
There is a manual too, and then you shift with your fingers.
My friend there how to use a DCT bike, because we really are not used to that. The NX500 doesn't come with DCT, so that's a good thing already. Years ago I had the CB500F, which is basically the naked version of this one. I think it's called the Hornet 500 these days, but it's the same engine. What I did like about this one is that it comes with a 19-inch front wheel, and it is very light, because it is around 200 kilos. I'm not sure, need to check the specs on that, but I think it's because of the straight up seating position, and maybe the windscreen and the handlebars and the big wheel. It feels very nimble. It's very easy to handle. It's almost like a bicycle. I think it would be a good bike to rent anywhere you fly into, especially if it's got a bit of twisties. I'm not gonna say it's an off-road bike, but it's a touring bike with light off-road capabilities, let's call it that. As you can see, it handles pretty easily. It's got a nice TFT dash. You've got that bar there at the bottom of the windscreen, so you can put whatever GPS or phone mount on there. So it comes kitted out a little bit. Should do okay with a pillion on the back. You know, you got your 47 horsepower, which doesn't sound much, but basically it's enough. Yeah, it will take you wherever you want to go. I'm not gonna talk about top speed, because there's probably enough videos on that online already, but I didn't get a chance to try the top speed anyway, so yeah. But as you can see, going around the cones here, it's pretty easy. Never had to put my foot down. I think it's because of the twin cylinder engine. It's easy to go in low speeds and still have enough control over the bike. So just swerving around the cones, super easy. But yeah, that's the NX500. Alright, next up is a bike I've been wanting to try for a while now, and finally had the chance. It's the Rebel 1100. Unfortunately, it was also DCT. So yeah, they had to show me how to basically ride off, because there's no first gear, and I was still had the side stand down. That also was a reason why I couldn't go anywhere. It was a fun bike, apart from the DCT part. Seating position was alright. It's a bit it's cruisery. Your feet are up there, your ass is low to the ground. But it handled pretty well also on this little track here. Very easy to go around the bends. It's not super heavy, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. It was fun to take on this little track. I'm not sure how it would do on the road. I think fine, because you got a 1100 twin engine in there, so you won't have any problems keeping up with the traffic. Got these short mirrors, which I kind of liked actually. Could see everything I needed to see. Yeah, it looks like I'm seeing me, but that's just the angle of the camera. Let's go see how fast this thing can go. faster, faster. Yeah, but as I told you, it's not a speed track, so even on the long straight, I put cones in the in the road, so they didn't want people to do anything too crazy. But that's all right. It's a good way to get a little bit of a feeling of the bike, so ergonomics and handling. And yeah, what else do you do on a Sunday morning? Just go ride bikes. Bikes are life. And I like some people say. Yeah, that's about it for the Rebel 1100. So let's jump on the next bike. So the next bike is one of the reasons I came here today. It's the new Honda Transalp 750. I was really looking forward to trying this bike. Size-wise, it's a bit like my Super Tenere, although I feel that the Super Tenere is even a bit wider. And off we go. So no DCT shenanigans on this bike, just a good old clutch. As you can see, there's no bar in the windscreen for like a GPS mount or something. There is, it comes with hand guards, but I think if you drop the bike, the hand guards will be gone too. It needs something more substantial, but yeah, that's just nitpicking basically. The engine is pretty nice and torquey, and the handling is really nice. That 21-inch front wheel just takes you wherever you want to go. I really liked it. If I were in the market for a bike in this class, in this category, I would really consider it because I think it's more comfortable than a Tenere 700 because of the seat. The Tenere has a more dual sport off-road kind of seat. This Transalp is more touring oriented, so it's more comfortable, wider. I think for a pillion it might be better too on the Transalp. Yeah, the main thing is, as you can see here, it handles really well. I was really surprised about that. It goes around these bends and corners really smooth and no issues whatsoever. I would recommend it, even though I've only taken it on this little track here and not on the road. Yeah, I think the power it has is enough to take you anywhere also. So, standing on the foot pegs. I don't know how it would behave like really off-road, but I mean for a comfortable touring bike, I think that will be fine. Yeah, this happened a few times in this day that there's someone in front of you who doesn't really go that fast, and because of the size of the track, you just get one long traffic jam. But yeah, that's alright. We'll just jump on the next bike. The next thing I tried was the CL500, the Scrambler-ish 500. There is no 1100 of this bike. There's a 300, but that wasn't there. So yeah, 500 it is. Very simple, very easy bike. No DCT, just start and go, 6 gears. It has that famous 500 engine, same as the NX 500, Hornet 500, CBR 500. It's a proven engine. It's very popular, I think, because it's just just right for that A2 license in Europe, the small license, and yeah, also it's a good beginner starter bike because although the engine is powerful between thingies, it's powerful enough, but it won't really get you into trouble. Okay, it might if you really pin the throttle all the way to the extreme, but it's a very forgiving engine too. About that CL500, to me it really felt a bit like a mini Triumph. Seating position is super comfortable. You're standing on the pegs, which was not that easy, but it was easy. But I mean, the handlebars were a bit too low for that. Although you get these like scramblery handlebars. The dash doesn't give you a ton of information, but like just enough, so that's alright for a bike like this. Go off-road a bit. I was, we actually agreed that it would be a good like city bike because of the riding position, and it's pretty light and easy to throw around. It would be good for the city actually. It's got a comfortable seat, mirrors show you everything you need to see. Just the color was a bit weird, it's like bright orange on the tank. But yeah, I think they have several color options in it, so don't need to go with this one. But very easy to handle bike, very light. Now I'm stuck behind the Rebel 1100. But just let's hop on the next bike. Alright, the next one I've been wanting to try for a while too, but I think I was just too ashamed to tell anyone. It's the X-ADV 750. So it's basically a big scooter which supposedly can go off-road. Can't really try that here, but it wasn't too bad. It's okay, it's a scooter. You just sit on it, throttle, brake, that's it. But because of that 750 automatic engine, it does have some oomph to it. It has some power. It has smaller wheels, but still alright for the handling. I think I came to the conclusion I might buy this when I'm maybe 75, and it's getting harder to ride a conventional motorbike. But yeah, I was a bit surprised about the handling and the power. It's a capable bike. It's capable. But it's still a big scooter, so yeah. When you rock up to the big biker meeting on Saturday evenings on this, you might get some stuff thrown at you. I mean verbally, or maybe they actually throw stuff at you. You never know. Yeah, for older people or whatever, or less capable people, you got bad knees or whatever, and you still want to ride, because once you ride, you never stop riding off-road. It's an option. It's an option. That's what I'm gonna say. Maybe by the time I'm 75, they upgraded it to an X-ADV 770 or something, and maybe different colors. Because as far as I know, there's only these grayish ones. There's someone cutting a corner, and another one cutting a corner. Yeah, as long as the marshals or the people who work here don't really notice, it's all fine. But yeah, that's basically it for that X-ADV 750. Let's jump on the next bike. Another bike I've been wanting to try here was the Hornet 750. That's always a good thing about these demo days. You can finally try so many bikes, because if you go to a dealer, they only let you go around the building or something. They're a bit scared to basically let you on the road because they don't know what you're capable of, or yeah, the bikes aren't registered and insured, so they're a bit scared or iffy to let you go on the road. So these demo days on private tracks are a good thing to give you a feel of the bike. So about the Hornet, you could feel it does have the power to take you wherever you want to go. It's light, it's nimble, but it felt so small. Even for me, and I'm not the tallest guy. I'm 1 meter 75, which translates to 5'9", and that bike felt small. Transalp felt good because it's the same engine as the Transalp. Transalp felt good size-wise, probably because I'm used to these big adventure bikes from my Super Tenere, but this Hornet feels tiny, even smaller than my Triumph Speed Twin. That's like a normal sized bike. But because of its tininess, I think it has pretty good handling. It's light, it's nimble. If you would be like stuck in traffic, I think it's easy to just go between the cars and then still beat everyone to wherever you want to go. But yeah, good engine and all that. Yeah, it's a Honda engine. Can't really say anything bad about that. Luckily, no DCT here either. But that's yeah, basically everything I have to say about this bike. For the specs, you just have to look online. I'm not gonna start listing all the specs and this and that. So yeah, we'll just jump on the next bike. And the next bike wins the title of most boring bike of the day. It's the NC750X. It's DCT, yay. It was, I don't know what it was with this bike. It felt so stiff in the corners. It's like every time you took a turn, it was like someone was pulling on the forks. I don't know if it was something with this bike in particular or every NC750 has this, but it felt really weird. I know a lot of people rave about this bike, that it's the best all-rounder and this and that. I don't know. I think there haven't been on many other bikes if they say that. It just felt weird. I wasn't feeling comfortable. Yeah, the clunky DCT isn't really my thing either. But yeah, handling wise, yeah, it's probably doing great on straights, but that's not what we're after when we go riding bikes. We tend to look for corners. But yeah, also it didn't really do anything for me, this bike. It was really, I'm glad I tried it, so now I can put it on the definitely never gonna buy this list. I don't know why people buy it. They probably buy it without test riding it. It's definitely not for me. It's probably for some people, but not for me. Yeah. Before anything worse comes out, just let's move on to the next bike. And the next bike is basically the whole reason of this demo day. It's the CBR650R with E-clutch. Now this just felt weird because as you can see the clutch is like there's nothing there. So I tried to put it in first gear. From neutral, and it didn't do anything. As you can see the clutch it's like it was broken. Actually thought it was broken. Pressed some buttons, tried some stuff, until somebody from Honda basically came and you have to move the bike a little bit. So you see the clutch.
Wrong.
Look at the clutch.
And it doesn't.
I would not.
You have to move the bike forward a little bit, and then you can put it in first gear, which is very strange.
You have to, like, move it a bit,
and also when you're riding, the
fucking
gears are just normal, but it's. I still don't know what that E-clutch does actually too. I have no engineering background of this whole thing, so I don't know. As you will see in this clip, I am also not a sport bike rider, mainly because I don't like the whole ergonomics and seating position of sports bikes, but yeah, each to their own, of course. That E-clutch, I don't know. The only thing is the whole time, especially when slowing down, I heard this like whistling noise. No idea what was going on next to my right foot, because that's where the whole thing is. It makes the bike a bit wider too, but you don't really feel that when you're riding it. I don't know, is it an easier clutch? Because I think the E and E clutch, it stands for electronic, right? It's not for easy clutch. I have no idea. For the rest, yeah, this bike, it's a sporty bike. It's a CBR with an R at the end. It's too many R's. It's fun once in a while to get on a bike like this, but it's not my preferred kind of bike. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, that's about it for this bike. Let's jump on the next one. The next one I got on is basically the little brother of the 650R. Yeah, I'm explaining here my friend how to do that E-clutch thing. Yeah, so this is the CBR500. Is there an R at the end? I don't know. It's the CBR500. So it's it's also like a sports bike, but it's less sporty and aggressive than the 650. It's a bit more upright. No E-clutch, no DCT, just good old clutching. That's an alright bike too, actually. It's got that proven 500 engine. We all know what that's capable of. Seating position, wasn't too bad. Could get used to that, but yeah, not gonna. Nah, it's not my thing. Just this whole sports bikes thing. It's an ergonomics thing. I just don't like because I like to go on longer trips, and I think my wrists and my back won't be very thankful when I do long rides on this. I don't know, maybe in a few years when I've got too much money and I'm crazy or whatever, but not at the moment. Yeah, there's not much more to say about this either, so let's just go for this long straight here. Let's go. See how fast we can go. This woman, she just pulled out in front of me. This is one of the people that are learning to ride, and she just learned that you shouldn't just pull out in front of anyone, because the instructor was shouting at her too. It's yeah, it happens, I think, but yeah, let's hope. Well, I don't know. Let's hope, but let's. I don't know if she passed the test or not. If she walks away with a driver's license in the end. You know, sometimes people get distracted and you do something. You know, everyone's been there, and we all had to learn at one point. So I'm not gonna blame her for doing that. It's just, yeah, it happens. Let's jump on the next one. Alright, and now we come to the last bike of the day, the CB650R E-clutch. So it's also an E-clutch one, and it's that Neo Retro Cafe whatever. It does look quite good actually, but yeah. So as you remember from the CBR, I have to do this little weird bump to the front thing to get it into first gear. This is weird. I thought it was a regular CB650, but it's also the E-clutch, so that comes in the naked and the sport of the 650s. This bike was more suited towards me because yeah, I like naked bikes, and it's a bit more upright too than the sporty one, the CBR. It's easier to go through the corners at slow speeds, and that's actually all I have to say about this bike. If you have watched my other videos, you know I'm not a huge fan of inline 4 bikes. I like my twins, I like my torque. This was okay to ride, it wasn't too demanding or hard or whatever, but yeah, it's still an inline 4. You have to rev it too much, basically. Although I did notice with that E-clutch it's a bit easier to control it. Maybe that's what it does. I don't know what it does. Just watch some videos, read some things online, and you will know what it does. I just came to ride bikes. This video is getting pretty long actually, so I'm gonna wind it down. I also want to mention that this video is in no way, shape or form sponsored by Honda. May look like it because we only ride Hondas here today, but yeah, I just came here to ride the bikes. They did not give me any money or whatever for that, or a bike. That would be something. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed I hope you enjoyed watching me taking these bikes around this little track. Jesus Christ, what a sentence. And yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. You know, just click subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it actually helps me to grow more because I don't have that many subscribers. I need more. I would say share, but I don't know if you know people who might be interested in watching this video too. Just share it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. And I'll see you in the next video.